Okay, great. Now that we're recording, we can start the meeting. Thank you, Jacob, for the Zoom link, and thank you, Susan, for this agenda. Um, it looks like the first order of business is to review minutes from December 15th, 2021 meeting. Do we?
I did email it, but if somebody doesn't have it, I could share my screen and you could look at it that way.
Okay. Do you want to share your, should we share screen just for the people if it's recording for posterity, Jacob, or?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
I know that we do, Susan does send them to the town clerk, so if anybody is watching this recording, you can get the agenda and the meeting minutes at the town clerk's website. Well, on the ethics part of the website, but it might be nice to have them if you don't mind, Susan.
Sure. As soon as Jacob lets me know that I am
All right. Does it give you an option to share?
entitled to share. It is saying host disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay, so I will make.
If you go to, do you know how to do it?
Yeah,
I'm sure you do.
I'll make you the host, and then you can do it.
And then I'll rehost you.
Oops, sorry, I did the wrong one. Sorry.
I think you made Gail the host.
Yeah, sorry, I did the wrong one.
It's okay. It's
sorry.
quite all right.
No, I hovered over the wrong thing.
That's all right.
So Gail, I don't know if you can go to the participants list. You should be able to make Susan the host if you
go. Where is the participants list?
So it'll be on your Zoom.
On my Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Join Zoom.
On your computer, Gail, on your iPad, I don't really know where the iPad one is. I know it's on the bottom in a regular.
It's on your screen, Gail.
Okay. It's on my screen.
Right on your computer or iPad screen at where you see our faces. Underneath that.
Hold on. Babe, why am I not seeing this?
Gail, look at me. Gail, look at me. Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
Now look at the screen.
Okay. Yeah, right down there. Is that this? Okay.
So it should be at the bottom. There should be an option to.
Were you trying to accept it?
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
It is recording?
Yeah. Yeah, you accepted.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Do you see where it says the word participants on your screen? No, on your computer screen. Look at me and look at the screen.
I'm
Go away from the paper. Okay.
I could also restart the meeting. We could all kind of like click back into it, and maybe that would be a fast way of doing it. Because I could also do the share too.
Okay.
Oh, somehow you're the host.
Yes, unhost yourself. Make me the host.
Yes.
Okay.
That was my mistake.
That's okay.
Hey, it's all a training. We're all learning.
She's at the top. Yeah, Susan's at the top.
On the top, on the Coliseum. I'm so glad I recorded.
Okay.
Okay, Susan, you're now the host.
That's perfect.
I'm now the
That is
host.
such a great job and name for you. It's perfect.
Thank you.
Really
so I will now share my screen.
Okay.
Which is, y'all see it?
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So this is the draft of our December 15th meeting. So look it over and let me know. And I'll scroll as you tell me to go back, I think number 3 should be the word discussion, not discussing. I think I'll change that.
Okay, I think you can scroll down when you're ready. Okay, now we see that. Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, I think so.
And the only edit I will make is that we rescheduled.
Mhm.
Right, for the meeting.
Great.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so I make a
Excellent.
motion to approve the minutes. Can I have a second?
I second.
Oh, good.
Okay, is everyone all in favor?
Aye.
Yes.
Great, fantastic. And then the next order of business was the vacant seat, which we have exciting news from Jacob today about.
Yeah, so I mentioned it actually before you got on, so it might be anticlimactic for a few people on the board, but the town board appointed Amy Linker to the vacant seat on the ethics board at our last meeting. So she's unable to attend tonight, but should be attending the next meeting and hopefully all future ones. So we're excited to have a full ethics board and to have Amy on board.
Great.
Wonderful. I will start to copy her. So I'll send her a welcome. And then you'll see her email connected when we, for example, confirm the meeting of the next or the time and date of the next meeting. So that's great. Thanks for taking care of that. Any questions
So
about that?
you'll copy me on whatever you send her so I can't see her email unless you just send me her email address.
Yeah. I'll send after this meeting, once we establish a date and time for our next meeting, I will send a welcome to her and let her know when that is and if we need to reschedule, according to her schedule, but I think she should be fine.
And may I ask who
Gail?
she is?
Yeah, Jacob had said some materials. She lives in the community. She let's see, what about her?
She works at Bard. She works at the museum as a
Okay.
registrar, and I think she
Okay.
actually has a new title as of the fall. But
yeah,
she has a lot of
maybe
experience with
exhibition manager and registrar, something like that, or director of that.
Yeah, I'd have to pull up her resume to know the exact title,
Yeah.
but she's done a lot
Okay.
of records management and very organized, which I think will be really helpful.
Yes. Yes. Okay,
And
good.
Brenda, I had said perhaps she will become the secretary.
Oh, but it's so hard. You have the terrible curse of being so good at it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You know what it is? Okay, really, like, we're gonna get into the discussion. I'm gonna start a discussion at some point about the letters we need to send. I just need support with that, and Chris
Yep.
is very supportive, but team, I need you too.
Yep. Yes. So that's
Okay.
great. We can talk about the distribution of labor, and that's one of the reasons that we're really happy to have that seat filled. Obviously, also we need a fifth member. As things come up, we could, potentially be deadlocked 2-2. So it's really important to have that fifth member. So really happy to see that. Gail?
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I thought your hand was still up. My bad.
No, I'm just going to get my pen because everything got here but my pen. Okay. So I'll
Okay.
listen.
Okay. Well, the next order of business is scheduling the ethics training, which Chris had sent us a note about, and we need to decide when that might be good. Jacob, I know at one of the recent town board meetings, you had brought that up as something that you thought would be good for all of the boards and committees working. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I think that there are a few different groups that will need like the annual training as they're currently outlined in the town's ethics code, and that includes like the ZBA and the planning board and a few others. And I think that that'll be the priority. I think those are the ones we want to get done for sure. As far as the remaining groups that we were thinking of in terms of the committees and the boards and councils and everything that is kind of an addition to those ones that are required, I think we might want to have a discussion just kind of about what that looks like and making sure that we know what the expectations are, where the ethics code applies and where it does not, because currently as the code's written, it only applies to some of those groups that I was talking about before, right? So the ones that are either elected officials or the ones that are, those sort of boards or committees that require an oath of office. So that's the sort of thing that is important to keep in mind. But I think this is going to be an ongoing discussion with the town board in terms of the sorts of trainings we want to see. There might be some proposals to the ethics code to just, tighten it up, because I think we want to make sure that everybody's behaving appropriately. So that might be something that we'll just want to look at. So I don't know what the exact timeline is for that, for as far as like formally expanding who we want to do trainings for, but I think that the vision for that, just to make it accessible to people, would be to do something probably over Zoom. So rather than having like trying to coordinate schedules where everybody can get over to town hall or something like that, like doing something like this where you'll have the opportunity to kind of talk to people and say, these are the expectations. You can, if we want to do like a PowerPoint or something like that, that'd be something that'd be pretty easy to share in a format like this. And maybe offering a few different times, just because if we are going to expand it to being, all the other committees, that would be something that we'd want to give a couple of different options for, just because those are, a lot of people who might have different schedules. So I don't think there's, a fully imagined timeline that the town board was hoping for right now, especially with that broader group. But I think that as far as the other people, like the elected officials, the planning board, ZBA, like those groups, I think that if we could shoot for sometime maybe in March, like that would be great. Or March, or even like early April would probably be, I think, a good timeline. But also it obviously depends on your availability as a board and what works for you guys. So that'd be kind of what I was thinking in terms of an approach to that. And that's going to, at least for those who need to take an oath, that would be an annual training. So it might be something to just think about whether that timing is going to be good for every year, or maybe we'd want to bump it up earlier in the calendar year once we have a sense of what that training will look like and kind of have materials set up.
So the town lawyer had sent the New York State training materials, not all of which apply to Red Hook, which I will forward to amongst us. And then we will need to meet with her sometime in February to create a presentation that is tailored to Red Hook. Because New York State, there are some things we cannot tighten up, and there are some things that we can. And so she's great about that. And so we want to build a presentation that includes the New York State mandates, and that also has Red Hook specific information. And so she had sent me that, and we had begun to talk about it. And so basically our board needs to meet with her. That'd be great if we could schedule that for sometime in February, just us and the lawyer to build that. And I'll send around the New York State PowerPoint, and then, we can make suggestions and changes. And then hopefully, then we'll be hopefully ready to schedule stuff in March with the different units that the board thinks is appropriate. We serve at the behest of the board. So they can tell us, like, and the lawyer will have recommendations for probably which units should have the training, right? Great.
Yeah,
So does
and
that sound good to you?
Yeah, that sounds good. And like I said, there are some in the code that are kind of explicitly, listed. So that'll be, like I said, those will be the priority.
Yep.
So we can look to those. And then as far as the other groups, that's still kind of an open question. But I think we want to definitely plan for those that are required to just get those done now, and then, even if it takes a little bit longer to figure out what we want to do for the other committees, then there's no harm in pushing that off until later in the year.
Well, and I mean, once we get the presentation together that the lawyer has looked at and thinks reflects both the particularities and the generalities, right?
Yep.
At that point, we could record it for people who can't make it, and they can take a look at it. So.
Yep. Yeah, and then we'll just have to have some sort of like little, confirmation that they viewed it in some way. Could be something as easy as like a quick Google form or something they fill out to make sure that they got the points, something like that. But yeah, I think that's a really good idea to even have something that's recorded so that people can access that on their own time.
Might be a PowerPoint. Is that the state's method of presenting, basically?
Yeah, the New York State, I will forward it to you so you can take a look. I was waiting until we met to figure out what to do exactly with it. Thank you. It's okay. And so yeah, it's a PowerPoint, it's a PDF of a PowerPoint.
Okay.
And so we can, I'll forward it to you. You can read through it. And then when we meet with Christine, then she can hopefully, interpret for us where it needs to be changed, what we can change, what we can't change, what we need to change, etc. But they do have a template, that we can use and should use.
Good. Yes.
So that's the good news. Like, we're not starting from scratch.
Yes.
It's for all the ethics boards in the towns of New York State.
Jacob, in the past, we did a presentation too for town employees, like the highway department people and everything. Do we have to do that again?
I'd have to look. I need to
Okay.
see how the code's written and whether it's like all employees or if it's just the ones that take an oath. So
Great.
I think it'd be great to do that. I think that would be, even if it's not in the code, that's exactly like the sort of people that we'd want to be training either way. So I can kind of revisit that and follow up. But I think that I would say ideally plan to do training for all town employees, and then, whether that's required or not, we'll kind of hash that out.
Sounds good. Any other questions on that piece of the agenda? Nope, sounds good. Okay, so that'll be an action item for us then.
Should we try to set a date now for this month because you wanted to meet with Chris in February, or do we want to speak with her first and coordinate?
I think what we want to do is amongst us and Chris, we want to set a date for February. And then when we shape up that presentation and we're sure that we're presenting anything that we need to be, and she looks through it and we look through it, we're ready, then I think we can start to approach the different units hopefully in March. Yeah, so I think that's just an action item for us with the town lawyer,
Got
if
it.
that makes sense. I think.
Yes.
Okay, super.
Who is the town lawyer now?
It's Christine Kale.
Oh, it's Christine. Okay.
Yeah, Kale. I'm sorry.
Shaw.
Shawl.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. My
Okay.
pronunciation. Yeah, Christine
And
Shaw.
I know there were other people who came to our meetings, but it was never really clear as to who is really a member and who was a visiting member, et cetera. Do we have a way of knowing who's who and what's what and who's welcome to come and talk and who
So
maybe shouldn't?
Well, our meetings are public, and so
Right.
anyone can come, but when we're discussing confidential information, we go into executive session. The
Okay.
members of the board are yourself, Sal, Susan, myself, and now Amy Linker. We consult with the town lawyer,
Okay.
Christine Shaw.
Okay.
and Jacob is our liaison with the town. board.
Uh-huh, okay. All right, great. Thank
Yeah.
you. That makes
Mhm.
everything clear.
Okay.
It does, believe it or not. Okay.
Oh, good. I'm glad. That's the goal. So perfect. We'll go ahead and do that, and then we can get this rolling.
Right.
So that's wonderful. Now on here we have the only agenda item we have on here is to schedule the next meeting. And then if there's more business that might need to go into executive session, it sounds like Susan, some things have come up for you, then we can do that. But maybe right now, we want to just set the date so that people know, whoever's watching this and coming. It's worked out that we've done Wednesdays at 5, just with the calendar of every, the courts and everything else. And I don't know, Jacob, do you have a sense if we'll be doing Zoom next month or?
Yeah, I would plan to do it on Zoom, and then, if things change, we can always adjust. So maybe for the next one, plan to do Zoom, and then, if we're not able to do it on Zoom, like if that, authority to do that disappears, then we can plan on doing it in town hall.
Okay. Why don't we, would March 2nd at 5 p.m. work for people?
March 7th.
It would for me.
Well, for me also.
I think it'll be.
Okay.
I guess it would be important to make sure that Christine can make it, because she, of course, is the purpose of the meeting, right?
Right.
Or
Well,
having her attendance would be important.
absolutely, but we are also gonna just, us as a board and Christine meet in the month of February sometime. So I'll be reaching
Besides,
out, right, so I'll be reaching out to all of you
Right.
to help, so we can do that presentation, because that's not something we really should be doing publicly, or anyone needs to see. I mean, not that there's anything secretive, that's just us building a presentation together.
Okay.
So I'll reach out over email.
Yes.
Because we'll need everybody's attendance at that one. On the board, and Christine, definitely. Jacob, do you want to be also included in that building of the presentation, or do you prefer that we get that together with the lawyer and then reach out to you?
I mean, it's up to you. I'm happy to be there. I mean, I'm going to be, going through the training myself. So I don't mind, if you think it'd be helpful to have me there, great. I'm happy to do it. If you'd rather I not be there, then great. I'll stay away. But I'm happy to attend any meeting that you'd like to have me at.
No, I
want Jacob there.
That's fine. I think more hands on deck.
Well-
The better. This is a very transparent ethics board.
Yeah.
We want
Yeah.
input.
Exactly. I think Jacob's input is valuable to us, and we would appreciate it, actually.
Yeah, wonderful. So I'll
Yeah.
include you on that, and
Yeah.
so long as you can make it, it'd be great.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, happy to.
Okay, awesome. So we've got the meeting then next set for March 2nd, 5 p.m. That's all of our agenda items, but I'm not going to move actually to adjourn. I'm going to make a motion that we go to executive session in order to discuss the concerns that I heard being raised about labor.
Okay, what should we do about that?
Well, it says we have time left, 9:51. What does that mean?
9
So,
minutes, it's less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if it's because the town's Zoom plan only allows for a 40-minute meeting. So do you want to jump over into executive session, and then I can send a new link out if you're not back in time for that?
That'd be great.
Okay. And if it cuts us off in executive session, send a new link anyway, so we could all get back on.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay.
I think, Susan, since you're the host, you'll
Yep.
have to create the breakout room and select everybody but me. And then
Here we go. Okay, oh, assign
Wait,
manual.
I make a motion to go to
Oh.
executive session. Do I have a
Second the
second?
motion. Second the motion.
Okay. All in
Okay.
favor of going into that? Yes?
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Um, you know, I think you do go into it, Jacob, just because you're here. Well, let me see what I can do.
You're muted, Jake.
Sorry. I think that you can select people. I won't go into it even if you assign it, I'll just stay out here.
Okay. Okay, then I'll do it. Here we go. Unassigned, whatever. I don't know what the hell this is. This is a weird way to do it. Did you get the message about a breakout room? Yes? No? Maybe?
No.
No, not yet.
This, I've never seen it like this before. And I'm a Zoom expert. What the hell? Okay, I'm closing all the rooms. Let me start again. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Here we go.
It's working.
Got a notice. Yes.
Okay. We're just waiting for our other two members to make it back with us, hopefully. It looks like we didn't get kicked out.
Not yet. There's a
No,
minute
but
and a half.
yeah.
Okay.
Talk fast.
There's a minute and a half. So we are done with our business for today. So I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
A second?
I'll second. Oh, Sal got there first.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful. Then we will see each other then March 2nd. And Susan, if you could let the town clerk know about that meeting for the notice for the public,
Yep,
that works.
I will.
That'd be awesome. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I hope you stay
Thank
well.
you.
Bye.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Here, I.